everybody, my name is Cody, bringing us yet another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be finishing off this week's character concept with Chichi. Now, as you're looking, this Chichi card is not at all like, any of the other cards, to where it's just a random screenshot from the actual anime, and then, having like the full appearance of the card, showing the stats, showing all these things. It is nothing like that. It is actually going to be an EZA of this Chichi. This Chichi already exists. She's a really good unit for Peppy Gals. She gives herself 100% attack at the start of turn, and all Peppy Gals category allies key 3 and defense plus 120%. So I thought, I did want to make, I do want to try an EZA every once in a while. So I thought, you know what, I was thinking, and I even said it in yesterday's video, let's make an Earthling EZA, and then of course I did say let's make an Earthling, pure Earthling support EZA unit. Now, I went through the characters, and I went through their moments, and I really did think who would make the most sense as a support unit. I thought, I didn't think, I was like, can't be Master Roshi, especially, I already have a Master Roshi card for one, and maybe it could be, when he's just teaching Goku and Krillin the very first time, when he's teaching them how to do it, how to, like, the whole carry the milk cartons, find the stone, that type of stuff. I thought maybe I could make that Roshi as a support, but then I was like, I already made a Roshi, plus, would you really run would you really run the support Roshi over the Dokkan Fest leader Roshi? Debatable. And then I was like, maybe a style of Yamcha, but then Yamcha doesn't have a whole lot of big support moments. And then I already made the Yamcha, maybe like a Tien or a Tien and Chaozu, but I couldn't really think of a moment when they were like a proper support. And when I say support, I don't just mean like, Yamcha was supporting Goku and Bulma in their adventure by aiding them in combat and doing stuff like that. I'm talking about like actual support, or like reasons why there would be a good support unit. And now I know like there's a lot of units that are, they have a support, but it doesn't really make sense that, they're giving stuff to their allies and stuff. But then, I'm kind of like, yeah, I could just be like, yep, we'll just make this Tien or this Yamcha be a support unit just because I need the unit to be a support unit. No, I wanted to be like, well, here's why. So far, the majority of my units, I've always been, yeah, well, here's why I'm giving them, the attack at the start of return. Here's why I'm giving them this. Now, of course, I could have done a Bulma. Now, there is, of course, Bulma, when she's an adult and she's constantly making the tech, the dragon radars, making them the spaceship, the capsules and all that. That is a huge thing for support. The only issue is there's no real combat for that Bulma. Now, I do have the Dende, I do have 2 Dende cards that, of course, we never really get to see a Dende actually being, and we have seen Bulma as, young Bulma, doing stuff for attack for the most, like, kind of, but we don't get to see too much with Bulma. So I was like, I could just make the adult Bulma, have her as a super good support, but then I was like, she doesn't really have too much in the combat, plus which era would I make it, how would it actually really fit in for stuff. So I decided, no, probably wouldn't be a Bulma, maybe a Chaozu. Yeah. Not too much for Chaozu, unfortunately. He'd be a support for Tien. That's about it, unfortunately. So I came down to Chichi, and I was like, well, how could I make a good support Chichi? I guess, it would make sense if she was a support for Sun Family, because, she is, the mother and the wife for Goku, Goten, Gohan, always taking care of them and supporting them and whatnot. But I thought, does that make a lot of, I can't really make her as an Earthling support when she only supports them, so maybe I would make her as a Sun Family or a Goku family support unit. But then I was like, I saw this card, So I looked at her to find out, I already made that unit. I do have a card, she's just like a basic type of thing. Her support to Sun family, giving herself a bit of attack and defense at the start of turn, helping out Goku, Gohan, and Goten more. So, other than just, more support to them and less support, and, just like the base support to Bardock and Raditz. But then I saw that this unit, she already is a support unit. So I was like, oh, she's a support unit to Peppy Gals. Okay, maybe if I'm going to make an EZA card, then I just EZA this card. And then I thought, well, how could I EZA this card? So after a good bit of deciding, and knowing that now I don't have to create a brand new super attack for the Chichi that I created, it was just going to be like a flurry of blows type of thing. Probably what she had done against some of Lord Slug minions in the Lord Slug movie. So I could have done that. She wouldn't have been like a movie Heroes or anything like that. She would not have been from the Lord Slug movie. She would have just been like, simple housewife when she's yelling at Gohan to study more, yelling at Goku to get a job or something like that. So I thought, yeah, let's actually just EZA this unit. In the end, what did I do to her? She went from leading strength and tech type stuff like 70%, 3 key, I believe is what it was. And I decided, yeah, you know what? Let's make her a Peppy Gals category leader. She is Peppy Gals category key plus 4, all stats plus 130%. So she is a viable leader. 4 key, 130% is pretty good. Her super attack is still the Bancho Fan, but because she is an EZA unit, it is 15 out of 15, and it is Bancho Fan Extreme. So, more damage with that. And then her super attack is still supreme damage, and it'll still seal the enemy, but now it'll also raise ally attack by 30% for 1 turn. So she becomes, a strong support because she'll be giving attack to the entire rotation if you're running her in first or second. If she's in third, then she doesn't do too much for the rest of the rotation or the team with her super attack. Other than, of course, sealing, which is always a huge thing, and she's doing a lot more damage with her EZA stats. I didn't create the EZA stats. I kind of know how you make them, but in case I messed them up, I didn't want to, give out the stats like that. Of course, I always make stats, and they're probably never going to be all that correct, but knowing that we do know how EZA stats happen, I didn't want to create this, accidentally mess them up. Her links don't change when she EZAs, of course. They are Courage, The Innocence, Battlefield Diva, Infighters, The Incredible Adventure, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, and Shattering the Limit. Her categories remain the same: Peppy Gals, World Tournament, Goku's Family, and Earthlings. So, a good for what she is. Like running on Peppy Gals, she is going to be phenomenal. Of course, she is a leader, and she gives a huge support to them. World Tournament actually would be pretty helpful. Not too many Peppy Gals on World Tournament, but she actually does become a World Tournament support. So I was like, yeah, she actually now becomes pretty good. And then, of course, she is boosting herself. Off the top of my head, I don't think there is any other thing. Maybe if there's a Ranfran that comes out, she'll actually be able to support her. But for now, not too much. Maybe a Pan later on. Debatable on what that is. Goku's Family, it would just be her. Earthlings, the launch. If you're running an Earthlings team, you could put that launch that comes out. If she gets an awakening anytime soon, then she'll be getting the Peppy Gals leader skill, the Peppy Gals the support unit, the support from this Chichi, and then off the top of my head, any Bulmas they are created later on, or Bulmas that are created now, they'll all be getting her stuff. And so let's get to the passive. It went from attack plus 100% at start of turn, and Peppy Gals category allies key plus 3, and defense plus 120%. It is now attack plus 120% and defense plus 50%. Attack plus 120 and defense plus 50 at start of turn. So overall, 20% more attack, and now she's getting defense at start of turn. So she is going to be very defensive. especially because now it is Pepigal's category allies key plus 3, it's the same, but defense plus 150%. So any Pepigal ally on the team is getting a lot of defense. And then she herself is getting a lot of defense with, sorry for the hiccups, with 50% at the start of turn, and then an additional 150% from her support. And if you're running Pepigal's, thing, if you're running her as the Pepigal's leader, then every Pepigal on the team is going to be having 11 key, and then Battlefield Diva I believe is a key plus 2, which means that they literally automatically auto super attack if she's the leader. Even if she's not the leader and you're running Ribrian or Brienne de Chateau, then you're getting 6 key, which would then equate up to 9, and then Battlefield Diva goes all the way to 11. So you're once again going to be auto supering because all you need is 1 key, and it's basically impossible not to get 1 key unless you're in a Boo event and Boo changed something to candy and you're only able to get candy, nothing else. Then you can't super attack unless there's other key links. Like a lot of the Pepigal units are Universal Survival Saga, and they all get key 3 if they're linked together. Anyone that has anything else that would give them key. So not a hard thing to do for them, for the Pepigals to be getting that. And then she also would give World Tournament category allies a critical hit chance plus 25%. So any unit, so she herself is giving herself 25% crit chance, which is huge. And then she also would be giving, if you're running her on World Tournament, then she'll be boosting them. For the most part, World Tournament isn't overly a huge category you'd be running. Units that are on World Tournament that are on her other ones, Pepigals, none so far that I know of. Maybe a Ranfran later on. World Tournament, any of them. Goku family, maybe like a Kid Goku, or if we ever get a Goten that is in the World Tournament, something like that. Maybe if we ever, when we get possibly one of the highest, most wanted ones of the Goku versus Piccolo Jr., the Mud Jr. one, getting like the Kamehameha, like the foot Kamehameha, that one, he'll, be supporting that. Maybe the angel-based Goku that comes back after 7 years, you'd be supporting there. Other than that, I can't really think of any. Maybe a Gohan when he does his thing. I think there is a couple of Gohans that are like that. Other than that, not too much with Goku family. Earthlings, Tiens, Yamchas, the Krillins, Jackie Chuns, all of them would be getting it if you ever run it on Earthlings with them. So would actually be a pretty good for that, because 25% crit chance. So if you want to run, if you're running a lot of units that are pure additional, which a lot of units are better be built to be additional rather than crit. If they're raising certain things, raising attack, raising defense on super attack, or if it's with every single attack you get a boost or something, then you would run them more additional than anything. So running her would just say, hey, now you automatically just get 25 crit. You would run her full additional, of course, because she's raising ally attack and having the chance to seal. And then, of course, she already has a 25% chance to crit automatically. So, all in all, she is an amazing unit. Will she get an EZA? Probably not. Will she get an EZA anytime soon? If she does get an EZA, definitely not. It would probably have to be during another Pepigal celebration type of thing. Like if, when Launch and Oceanus Shenron get their awakenings. Unless, Oceanus gets it during the Shadow, Dragon Ball, or the Black Star Dragon Ball stuff with the rest of the Shadow Dragons. That's when it is, when she would get hers, but, yeah. Other than that, this is the unit. I just real quick before I do my outro, I do want to say that there might be a video discussing the Vegeta and Nappa. We are actually getting them. I do not recommend summoning. I will not be summoning on them. I'm saving stones for the 5th year, 5th year is just around the corner for us, so stay strong. I wouldn't recommend summoning on the Vegeta Nappa, but I am not saying that you cannot. If you honestly want to summon, then you can. I mean, they are a fairly good unit, so if you want them, or if you want any other LRs, or if you want to try to get, the golden coins, then go ahead, summon for them, I won't stop you and be like, no, never summon on this. It's a bad ban and you guys are dumb for doing it. I will never do anything like that. I would recommend not to, especially with the 5th year anniversary just around the corner for us. But if you want to, go ahead. Those are your stones. If you're a whale, then go ahead. If you're a dolphin and you think that this is a good one to be summoning on, then it's alright to spend your money for this. I will personally not be, though, so don't be expecting a video on that. Do be expecting a video on me talking about them, though, going over their stuff. If you're, they've been out for a while on JP, so they aren't going to be, like, this brand spanking new stuff. It isn't, like, covering UI Goku, like, brand new unit, whoa! Nothing like that. It's like, hey, this unit's been out for a while, it's coming to global, though. I believe the category is now called Inhuman Deeds, if I'm not mistaken, which, is that the best name for it? Probably not, but, that's what we'll go with. Obviously, Betrayal would have been the smartest thing, or Backstab maybe even, but Inhuman Deeds, that's whatever. Better than Diabolical Villains, but, I won't shun the global for naming it what we named it. But that does it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, then consider hitting the like button and tell me down below what you guys liked on the video. It helps me out a lot and it lets me know what you guys enjoyed so I continue doing it, improving upon that, so you guys can like the video more and more. If you guys didn't like the video or didn't like something in the video, then dislike the video and tell me down below what you guys didn't like so I can change that and I can improve upon it so you guys can like the video better rather than disliking it. If you guys want to know when I upload and when the next video is, then the best way to know is by subscribing. But that does it for this video. Bye, guys.